Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this night evening's. Sorry, I can't even start my first sentence tonight. This is going to be a fun night. Welcome to Argonauts Awoken. I am Mr. DMD, your DM, here to lead you and our young recruits through our highly modified version of the 5th edition rule set of Dungeons and Dragons. I've said that 8 times at this point, and it should be easier. Tonight, our guest performer is returning to continue to play Iris with us, and as she works with the party to try to escape the House of Darkness. Now, 2 things before we begin tonight. First, just like last week, tonight's stream is part of our Halloween-themed stream. As such, we are going to complete our story that features many of the horror-based tropes that we mentioned last week, and as such, it may not be for every audience member. Traditionally, our stream is very family-friendly, but tonight we will continue to dip into something darker, very heavily inspired by It, Cthulhu and Saw. As a general warning, if you have issues with tight spaces, dark psychological horror, including blood and fear, these stories may not be for you. That being said, we will provide a very family-friendly summary of all of the events of these episodes at the start of our episode next week. Also, we are excited for you and ourselves to be here for a brief moment of escapism tonight. We know that right now is a trying time for many of us, but an attempt to give everyone a reprieve. All comments relating to the current election will be removed from our chat by our moderators. We thank you for joining us, and now let us begin. Last week, our heroes were given a reprieve from the curfew and strict campus life of Argonaut Academy, and set loose on the small mountain town of Lake Tahoe, tasked with protecting a small area of the mountain and posing as trick-or-treaters led by the Guild of the Medusa captain, Hannah. After a radio call from Hannah informed Hannah and the recruits that their neighbor team had gone missing, the entire party defied orders and marched out to try to help and save the missing students, stumbling into a trap that caught Hannah. Now, they are forced to play a sadistic game facing terrifying personalized tests of fear to try and retrieve the keys necessary to unlock a door and save Hannah from a villain whose motivations are yet unknown, but definitely violent. Now, let us return to the House of Darkness. As Moon makes her way out of room number 3, key in hand, the door across the hall, numbered 4, hums and clicks open. Standing in the hallway, a few of the remaining birds from door 3 caw and squawk about searching for the imaginary, illusionary food that they had seen that Stevie had summoned. You all catch your breath, trying to will down the fear that has crept into your hearts over the past 3 rooms, and look at door number 4 hanging wide open. As a group, you will gain your 2 willpower points for completing the room. You should now all have gained a total of 6 across the course of our 3 rooms. Some of you have lost some over the course of the last 3 rooms. We'll start with Alaya. Alaya, after almost drowning in your task and falling into a state of absolute terror, you are now still dripping wet from your ordeal and starting to get cold. Alaya, what is your current willpower total?
I should be at 4 if we've all gained 6 and I lost 2 because that's when I fell in.
Correct.
So yeah.
That sounds correct. I'm just really checking in so we all know. And Alaya, before we move any further, I want to give you inspiration for your performance last week. I did get to review it, and your reactions and your character choices as you struggled through that were just absolutely amazing. So take your inspiration. That will probably come in handy over the next few rooms. And tell me, how are you feeling right now?
Obviously, I'm very cold and wet. I'm very glad that my room is over with. I'm hoping that there isn't another room specified to me. I'm trying my best to be there for everyone else when they go through their rooms, even though I'm not very good at that.
Awesome. Zamora, you too have completed a task at this point. Yours, to retrieve a key from a pot full of bugs. Tried your mental strength. While you succeeded in the end, it was not without challenge. What is your current willpower total?
My willpower is 8 because I started at 4 and we gained 6, but I can't go over 8 because that is my maximum.
That is correct. You cannot go over your maximum. So with your total being as high as it is, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling empowered that I got through that. it was really hard because I genuinely do not like bugs, but with the team that I was given, I was able to get through it, and I feel good that I got through it. And I'm also really relieved that my part is over and that I'll just help others with their tasks.
Perfect. Let's see. Continuing through those that have completed their task or a task at this point, Moon, it was not your fear that the voice tested, but one of poisons that your connection tested within you. Like the others, you too prevailed, attaining your key, but at a cost. What is your current willpower total?
I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure I only lost 2, so I think I'm at 2 right now.
That sounds about right. And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling double exhausted because, well, whatever traumatic experience poison goes through, we have now learned that go through. So even though it wasn't my fear, I'm feeling basically every step of her freak outness. It was very surprising though, because I never thought I'd be scared of birds.
They are a natural predator to many species of snake. Thank you. Luke, you have yet to face a room dedicated to your fears, but you have worked to help your party and your peers through their own fears. What is your current willpower total?
I believe my total is currently 6.
And how are you feeling right now?
Definitely a little more shaken than before because I think I was very confident going into it. But seeing everyone, my friends, I guess now, seeing all of my friends go into this and coming out of it is it's been a little hard to watch.
Thank you, Luke. Stevie, you have already faced some of your fear in one room. Your fear of bugs challenged you in Zamora's room, but that was not dedicated to you, and you managed to break your fear in that room. What is your current willpower total?
4 at the moment.
And how are you feeling?
I'm scared. A part of me is hoping that maybe Zamora's room was just also my room and I just didn't have to do it and everything will be fine now. But I think what's getting me through is that I've been able to help some other people.
You definitely know, or most of you that haven't gone yet, sense that there is a challenge headed your way. Before we get to Luna, Iris, how are you feeling right now, knowing that your party is largely still missing, and you've been pulled out of your catatonic state and saved by all of these classmates?
I'm honestly still just kind of like confused. Like, I know what's happening. I don't know like everything that's happening, and then I just have to watch everyone else be scared, and I don't really know what to do because I don't have like that much sympathy for other people, but like I don't want to seem like mean or anything, so I'm just trying to like kind of hang back a little bit.
So you're definitely part of this team, though. Finally, Luna, you have watched your friends face their fears and not yet faced your own. What is your current willpower total?
Mine is 8, I think.
And how are you feeling?
I don't know. I thought this place was like a joke, and I'm just infuriated at how much it's hurt these. I wouldn't call them my friends. I would call Moon my friend, but I don't know about the rest of them. How it's hurt my classmates. I don't know Elia that well, but he could have died almost. I thought he was going to. I was terrified. I don't know. I'm worried. I just want to get through whatever is going to come my way.
And as these thoughts race through your head, and you all begin to think about this fourth door, this fourth challenge in front of you, you look into this next room. This room is dark save for 4 lights, one in each corner, pointing to a pyramid of plastic milk jugs. All of these painted black on the outside, stacked about 3 feet high, and taped to the outside of one of the jugs is an envelope. Just like all the other rooms, this one with Luna typed on the outside of the envelope.
Oh, great. They know what really bothers me. Okay. I go over and I open the envelope, I guess.
You open the envelope, you look at it, and it has been messaged to you. You can read it or you can share it.
I read it and I'm kind of confused because what it's asking me is I don't really understand. It's asking me to destroy the world. Like I kind of just stand there, and I look at the jugs, and I'm kind of upset at like the amount of waste that this person, whoever this is, has accumulated all of this just to freak me out. I guess. Stupid.
These are the only things in this room, and you do know you have to find a key.
Yeah, it said that the key was in one of the jugs. So I just kind of start, I kind of start like rifling through them, I guess.
Are you going to do anything beyond grab a jug and empty it? Or are you going to try and move them around and try and find a jug you think might have it in it? How are you approaching this?
Yeah, I just kind of tear into it. I'm mad. I don't really try to think about this logically. I just kind of start moving them around and seeing which one might have something in it.
All right. If you're trying to search for a jug that might have something in it, you can roll either an investigation check or a perception check for me, please.
Okay. Let's see which one is. I'm sorry, my sheet is still loaded. Okay, I got an 18.
So you move around a few of the jugs and you grab one and you think this might have it in it. It doesn't feel exactly right. So you pull the top off and dump it out. Nothing falls out except water. You've now got an empty plastic jug in your hand. And as that water finishes emptying out, you all notice the room gets just a little warmer. And on the wall opposite where you're standing, Luna, right in front of you, a projection comes on this wall. And there's an image of the Brazilian rainforest being clear cut. Roll me a fear save. There's an image of something that you are very afraid of is burned into your eyes.
It makes me angry too. It makes me insanely upset. How do you do this fear save again?
But it's either a wisdom or intelligence save.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a 9.
Okay, that is a failure.
Dang it! Yay!
You will have disadvantage on your next roll. And you lose 1 willpower point. There are still plenty of jugs in front of you.
Trying to tell myself that it's just an image, but I can't stop thinking about it because it's just burning into my mind, and I can't really do anything to stop it. So oh, you wanted?
No, go ahead.
I guess I just try to keep looking.
All right. If you would like to search again, you can make another perception or investigation check to see if you can find a jug that might have it in it with a disadvantage on this one.
Dang it. Okay. It's the same thing. If I roll the same thing, should I roll it again? It doesn't seem fair. I rolled the same number twice.
If you rolled the same number twice, then that's what you rolled.
Oh, okay. 18 then.
18 is not enough. You do not find the jug that you're looking for. You open it up and just more water pours out. As this happens, you see an image of big game hunters standing over their prizes in the African savannah.
God, I hate those people.
Roll me another.
I hate them. I rolled a natural 20.
You definitely save. And you don't lose any willpower. You are not afraid right now. You manage to bolster your will to keep going. And you can continue searching.
So I just try to push it out of my mind because it's just an image. And honestly, it makes me more angry than scared right now, even though they terrify me. So I can just keep looking. I'm gonna roll. Should I roll investigation again?
Yep, or perception.
Okay. That is 13.
You're still frantically searching in this giant stack, and you pick up another jug that you think feels different. Open it up, dump it out. Nothing. Just water. And as this happens, you see on the opposite wall an image of the plastic island in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, no. That's what I'm dressed up as.
Roll me another fear save.
Oh, I brought my dice.
Rogue dice.
Are these dice made of plastic? Wait. That is fear, right? Okay. 16.
I'll say it again. You managed to bolster your will again to continue searching.
I'll use it to raise awareness. I kind of turn back to all my friends, to my classmates watching me, and I point at the image, and I'm like, "You see that? That's what I'm dressed up as." Don't. I can't even begin to make it like a good scientific response. So I just say, "Don't litter."
Before Luna does anything else, I kind of go and I grab her card because she didn't really tell us. She was just like saying random words and we couldn't really understand what she was saying. So I grab her card and I turn to the rest of us and I read what the card says because this girl is taking too long and she's just doing random things at this point.
That's mine. Stop it.
I don't care.
Are you kidding me?
Welcome to your game. The rot and decay of this world is inevitable. You can do nothing to halt it. The key is in one of these jugs. To save Hannah, you will have to destroy the world. The choice is yours.
See, it doesn't even make sense. What do they mean by destroy the world?
It makes more sense than the two words that you were saying, Luna. So.
There's now several empty plastic jugs around the room, and the temperature has continued to rise.
It's getting hot in here, bro.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's helping me. I don't want to be wet anymore.
I'm in all black. I'm sweating.
Definitely getting hot.
Look, there's nothing you guys can do to help. I just need to look through these jugs or whatever.
Hurry up and destroy the world already. Come on.
Literally.
You can't just say that. What does that even mean?
Think of it this way. The jugs are already here, so them being empty won't do anything. It won't do any harm.
Okay. I don't know. I just turn away and I keep looking.
Roll me another perception check.
Oh, get that on this one.
Or investigation.
Yeah, that's 6.
This jug, you felt a key or something inside of it. All that was in it was water. Roll me another fear check. At this time, the image that comes up is an image. It's actually not a solid image. This is a high-speed animation of the melting of the ice caps.
Oh, yay. Oh, God. 7.
That is a failure. You're going to lose a willpower point. And you'll have disadvantage on your next roll. Luna is struggling to find this key amongst all of the water jugs. You do have a room full of friends who can assist you if you can figure out how, or they can come up with an idea on how to help you.
Can I see the projector that the projections are coming out of?
Oh, yeah, there's 4 of them. They're all overhead and they're all pointed at actually different walls. So right now you are surrounded by 4 different images. At this point, that was our 4th one of the things that Luna is afraid of. This is a very personal moment of fear for her.
On the one that went first with the first image, I cast Minor Ripple and dropped the brightness all the way down so she can't see it anymore.
That is very helpful. And that is going to make the next roll just a little easier. You'll still have disadvantage, Luna, but it will be a little easier for you.
I mean, I know they're just images, and I don't, and I think it's really stupid that I'm scared of them for some reason, but it does kind of help.
Hey, Luna, maybe give like the jug a shake or something.
You think I'm not? Which jug?
Well, I mean, like before you open it,
Okay.
you know.
Sure. Okay, can I try Luke's method?
You're going to try Luke's method. I will lower the DC just a little too if you're going to combine both Stevie's help and Luke's DC, but you were still suffering from your fear, so you will still
that's
have the
right.
disadvantage.
Okay. Wait, what is the DC?
That's the challenge. That's on my end. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's what you're trying to hit.
It doesn't matter how I roll then?
Well, it'll based on how well you roll, you'll either meet or.
Okay, I get it. Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
Okay, I can try Luke's method then.
Go for it. What'd you roll?
Okay. Oh no, I got 8.
You pick up one jug and you shake it, and you're sure you hear something that's not water in there. You open it up and pour it out. There was a rock in that jug.
There's probably no key in here. They're just playing. I'm pretty sure.
You can make me another fear save as your frustration and the fact that you've added so much more plastic to this environment because of the challenge starts to rack your brain.
16.
You're safe. You're fine.
Okay. It's not my fault that there's plastic here. It's them. It's not me. I guess I can keep trying.
As she's reaching for the next jug, I cast Sacred Flame at one of the projectors to make it like explode and not work anymore.
I'm not even going to make a save because Sacred Flame is a wisdom save and technology doesn't have wisdom. So you fry one of them. And so we'll make this just a little bit easier on Luna now. Luna, you can go ahead and make your check.
Okay. 14.
You pick up this jug, and the first jug you pick it up and you shake it and you don't hear anything. You pick up a second jug and you're actually like comparing them. You put down the first jug, uncap the second jug, and a small little master lock key falls out.
Oh, thank God. Okay. What do I do with the key?
Everyone right now is holding onto them because you all know that there are a series of locks, doorknobs, and latches on the door at the end of the hall.
Okay, so I can make my way to the door.
As you all begin to step out of this room, you hear an electronic whir and click, and door number 5 in the hall opens.
Before I step through, I kind of go over to Zamora, and I'm really reluctant to say this, but I'm like, thank you for trying the projector thing.
You were taking way too long. I had to do it. And then I just walked past her out the door.
No, I didn't need her help anyways. Yeah.
All right. Getting a little salty in the group. The fear, the tension is getting to you all. Again, you all cross the hall into another room. The light in this room is much like the light in all of the others, only a single swinging bare light bulb. The envelope in this room is on the floor, directly in the center of it, right underneath the lamp, the light bulb. And typed on this envelope, on the front of it, is Luke.
Man, they're gonna make me bend all the way down there to get this envelope. All right, I'm gonna stoop down and pick up the envelope.
You pick up the envelope, open it slowly, and read it.
Welcome to your game. It has already begun. Can you feel it closing in? Your key will require a tight squeeze. Can you overcome it for those you wish to protect? The choice is yours.
There's a grinding sound, and the walls begin to close in, creeping into the center of the room slowly. As this happens, the first light above you goes out, and a new light turns on, spotlighting a key on a hook 15 feet up in the air on one of the walls. Luke, roll your first fear save. Wisdom or intelligence?
Oh God, my lowest stats. 2.
That is a failure. You are going to lose 1 willpower point as the thought of these walls creeping in and closing upon you triggers your deepest fear. The door is still open. Who is in the room? Aside from Luke.
I'm in the room with him.
Me too. I only stopped to talk to Zamora, and then she decided to be like that, so I'm in the room.
I'm like in the doorway.
That's fine.
I'm in the doorway too.
Okay. So the two of you are squeezed into that doorway. Moon and Iris, where are you?
I'm in the room, just like toward the back of the room, but I'm there.
I'm in the room too.
Perfect. So as those of you that are in the room, you watch both of these walls are slowly sliding towards you. There is no rush. This is not like it's going to squish you very quickly. It's a slow moving wall. You can see it and feel it coming. And it's, in addition to moving slowly, it's got a loud, like grinding sound as these walls are moving. Luke, with your failure on your fear save, you're going to have disadvantage on whatever you decide to do next as you watch these walls move closer to you.
You said the door is still open, right?
Yes, door's still open.
So I could just walk out?
Totally.
Would something happen if I were to?
You don't know.
Guys, I don't know if I can do this.
You have to. We got to get the keys.
We need the key. We have to see Hannah.
I know, but the sound, it's so loud, and I just...
You got it. You can do it.
Cover your ears and just go, okay?
Could I minor illusion a slightly louder sound, but that is more pleasant next to him to distract him?
You could totally do that, yeah.
I just like, I'm gonna minor illusion just like some soft like violin music, I think.
Violin?
You don't like violin?
No, I don't like violin.
The more time
What
you
is
spend
it?
complaining, the closer the walls get.
Okay,
So
what
it's
kind of
violin or
music do
nothing.
you like?
Can you guys stop yelling at me?
The walls continue to move closer.
Okay,
Okay, can we stand on top of each other in case someone reaches the key or something? I just want to get out of here.
We
Someone
can't.
could put on
I
Luke's
think Luke
shoulders.
has to do this by himself.
I could try and carry someone, maybe. I could actually probably carry any of you.
I thought we couldn't touch the key. Isn't that what got Pierre missing?
Well, I don't think any of you can carry me.
But
Pierre
as
didn't
long
grab
as
the
Luke
key,
is
Pierre tried
there,
to do the challenge.
That is correct.
Okay, God, I don't know what to do.
The walls continue to move closer.
I
Is
changed
there anything
the
in the
board
room
it.
that I could stand on top of?
There is nothing in the room. You do have your axe on you, and many of you have other weapons on you.
Can I try and throw my axe to knock it off of where it is? Perhaps?
Yeah, most definitely. You can try and throw your axe to knock it off where it is. You can go ahead and make me a attack with your axe. You're going to be at disadvantage because of your fear.
I have to roll to hit first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a crit fail.
Your axe goes flying right at the key, and it looks as if it's going to hit it and knock it off, but instead it embeds thunk right in the wall and is now 15 feet up in the air in the wall, slowly moving closer towards you.
Good job, genius.
Oh my god. I've never missed like that.
Alaya, can't you do like air stuff? Make him fly or something. I don't know.
I can't do that, man. Try to use the axe as like a handle. Maybe you can do that.
15
Jump.
feet up in the air?
It's worth a shot.
The walls
really
have moved enough that the room feels a little smaller. Luke, roll me another fear check. Wisdom or intelligence save.
11.
You managed to bolster your reserves, and even though your hands are shaking and you fear the fear right underneath your demon and your rage, you are not overwhelmed by it right now.
Okay.
Moon, don't you have throwing daggers? Could you throw something up there and try and knock the key?
As you say this, you hear, "Eh."
Oh my god. Okay. I guess we can't do that.
You know what? You could just pick me up. I guess. Just make it quick.
But what if I have to be the one to touch it?
I don't know. You're holding me.
I don't
You'll
want
be
to
there.
mess this up, Luna.
Okay. Well, wouldn't it tell us?
Yours was dumping out a couple cans of water. Doesn't mean that this is going to be as easy as yours was.
Look, that mine wasn't easy. Okay. I'm not saying that. You know,
Okay.
it's fine. You don't have to then. You don't have to pick me up.
As they're
Okay,
arguing, I go
I'm
up
sorry.
to a wall and I try to like push it to make it stop like moving, like as they're bickering.
Roll me a strength check.
Well,
You push up against it with all your might, and you can feel your feet underneath you sliding back with the wall.
Zamora, don't do that.
well, there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, there is. Me, you, Zamora. All right, we're gonna try to pick up this guy so he can grab the key. All right. You want to do that? That'll work, right? No, Okay, I think it's
I bet
good.
we could all lift him if we all did it together.
All right, let's try.
Okay.
You can all, this is not something I was expecting, but if you're all going to try to lift Luke up, you can all roll me a strength check with advantage. Luke, you need to roll me an athletics check to not fall as they pick you up.
Okay.
And you will need, let's see, there's 6 of you. You need 3 successes at least to be successful. Thank you,
Did you
Steve.
say strength or athletics?
Strength or athletic. No, Luke, you need to make an acrobatics or athletics. Everyone else needs to make a strength.
Okay.
Lord, some of you rolled really high. So Stevie rolled a 16. Thank you, Zamora 13. Luna and Moon each rolled a 19 strength, and you are not our strong characters. And Alaya rolled a 7. Luke, what did you get?
Oh, 23.
As a team, you all managed to lift Luke up and get him high enough that he's able to actually grab onto his axe to leverage himself up, grab that key, and fall down with both of them. Congratulations, Luke. You have
Does he fall on
completed the
us?
task. I think he falls kind of back away from you all onto the ground. He's tough enough, it's going to barely even bruise him.
Luke smushes Moon.
As you come down, the walls stop. You hear a click, and they begin to very quietly slide back into position.
You stay there. Okay. Oh, I never want to do that again.
Across the hall, you hear the electronic whir of door 6 unlocking, but not opening, and all gain 2 willpower points if you have any left to gain.
Man, I'm a genius. All right, let's go next turn.
For the first time, this door does not open. Instead, an envelope is ejected from a mail slot on the door and lands in front of it with Stevie written on it.
Why isn't my door opening? Maybe I'm just not supposed to go in. Maybe I just don't have to do a room. It's not opening. Clearly, I'm not supposed to go in there.
Stevie,
That's
are you
fine.
picking up the envelope?
Yeah. I read it aloud to everyone. Welcome to your game. The darkness lies in you. It calls to you. Will you fight it or serve it? The key to Hannah's freedom is around your neck. Can you overcome death? The choice is yours.
The door is still closed, but unlocked.
Can someone open it for me? I can't do it.
I got it. I go to the door and I like shove it open. I shove it.
Stevie, when this door opens, are you looking in?
I'm definitely looking in before I'm going in. Yeah.
Zamora, as you open it, You don't recognize this room at all. It looks like a pretty boring office. However, Stevie, the second you see this room, it is as if you have stepped back through a portal to another time and place. Gone are the bare walls and lack of decoration of the other rooms. Instead, a cool cream-colored carpet covers the floor, and the walls are wood-paneled with bookshelves and even windows with glowing daylight trying to peek through the pulled curtains. At the other end of the room, from the door, is an antique wooden desk and a leather wing-back chair in a dark red color. Stevie, make a fear save right now.
Four.
Even though you feel an instant rush of fear as you recognize this room as an exact replica of your father's office, you bury it down. This room was 10 years ago, almost. It doesn't affect you now, or at least that's what you tell yourself. In the back wall of the room is a large oil painting of your family, your father, your mother, and yourself. All sit for this same painting every year your father is reelected. In this one, you wear a yellow sundress. However, something is wrong with this picture. All the details are right down to the sundress you wear, except that the version of you in this portrait is not a 5-year-old, but one that looks like a twisted, dead version of your current self.
What? How do they know what I looked like? Or what I was wearing, I guess. It's not really what I look like anymore. I walk up to it and see if I can look at it more.
Stevie, roll me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
You walk up to this portrait, and as you get about halfway across the room, you notice that there is one thing wrong with this picture. The you in the picture, in addition to being not a 5-year-old you, but an older version that looks more like your current self, is also wearing a golden locket that you have never seen before around her neck. And both the portrait version of you and the portrait version of your father now look significantly more dead as you creep closer towards them. Their teeth are barred in a fierce grimace. You continue to move closer?
I try to, yeah. It said the key was around my neck and I'm wearing a locket, right?
Roll another fear check.
Seven.
This time, you cannot bolster your willpower and give in to the fear of this image. You're going to lose a willpower point. And you will have disadvantage on your next roll. Do you continue to move closer as this fear racks you?
Can someone maybe come with me or something?
Since I'm already in the room because I opened it, I go up to her.
You move closer to the portrait. And as you get to about the desk, which is about 5 feet from the portrait, the images of both yourself and your father lurch forward out of the portrait at you and groan. You can all roll initiative. I'm sorry, I need my initiative tracker. Right. So, what is going on? Of course, my initiative tracker is not working correctly right now. Okay. I apologize. This is horrible. Let's go have everyone drop your initiative in the chat. I'm going to do this old school right now. If you can drop your initiative into chat, please. Oh, it's already there. My bad. Okay, so Stevie at a 9. Anybody have lower than a 9? That would be Luke. Wonderful. And let's see. Highest is Zamora. Way to roll. High Zamora with our 18. And then we've got Moon and Alaya. Moon, did you? Oh, perfect. And Iris, you, if you could roll your initiative for me, please. And that's just going to be a roll your d20 plus whatever your dexterity bonus is. This is one of our first real combats here, people. So pardon me as I deal with the fact that my technology is not working for me. Zamora, you are going to go first as we get going here. Both of these undead, unclean, decaying bodies come lurching out of this window at you, and you are one of the closest people to them. You are the first to react to this action. What are you going to do?
That's a 2.
Did Zamora freeze? Oh, no. Okay.
I cast Bane.
You are going to cast Bane right out the gate. Wow, burning the spell slot. Go for it. Love it. So share with us what Bane is and how it works.
So Bane, when I cast it, I can cast it up to 3 creatures. And they must roll a d4 and then subtract the number rolled from attacks and saves until the spell ends. And then they'll take damage if they don't roll high.
So I'm going to roll for each of them. That is a 4 for Zombie Stevie. So that is a -4 to all of their attacks or saving throws. And for Zombie Dad, that is a 1. So he will take a -1 to all of his attacks and saving throws. This is concentration, so anytime you take damage, you will be required to roll a save to maintain that concentration, and that is a willpower save. I'll tell you the challenge of it in just a few moments. Iris, thanks for your initiative, and you actually ended up rolling higher than Zamora, so we're just going to roll back. You were a little behind because she was so close. It seemed as if she was acting first, but are you going to do anything right now as you watch these 2 zombies come right out of this portrait towards your classmates?
I'm going to try and get in between. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to get in between the zombies and my classmates. So
you're so far away. This is why you actually weren't able to get there before Zamora could do anything. That you get almost there, and you're right kind of behind Zamora's shoulder as she casts this Bane spell. And Zamora, your magical power comes from within you, from your faith in yourself. So what does it look like when you cast Bane?
Whenever I cast any magical powers, the light or the power goes through my eyes, because I believe in myself, and the eyes are the windows to the soul. So from my eyes, a light emits at the 2 zombies.
So you hold out your own will for yourself, and your eyes glow. What color do they glow when you cast this spell?
They glow like a pale orange.
and both of these zombies glow with this kind of pale orange glow. And Zombie Stevie is not happy with the fact that you've done this, but she recognizes her reflection and goes straight for actual Stevie and is going to try and attack her, just trying to grab her and just generally hurt her. And is going to roll a 8 to hit.
That does not hit.
As afraid as you are, Stevie, you managed to duck under this attack. And Luna, you're watching all of this happen. How do you react?
What the heck? Zombies aren't real. This is stupid. You kidding me? Of all the things they could have added, they put zombies. It's so stereotypical Halloween with them.
It is your turn. You have a movement and an action to do right now.
I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
Wonderful. As you do this, what does it look like?
So I know there's not a lot of like nature around here, especially because we're so deep into the house. But I can connect to water, I think. Yes. I kind of remember like the water from my room, I think. And maybe Elia's still dripping wet. I don't know. So I try to connect with what little water is in the room. And I produce a flame.
Wonderful. So you kind of reach out towards Elia, and Elia, you actually feel some of that water move off of you, and it comes into Luna's hand, and it begins to bubble and steam and creates almost like it's not so much a pure fire, but like a boiling ball of heat. And you throw this at the zombie and roll me an attack.
Yeah, I think it's 1d8.
Oh, you have to roll the attack first to hit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
A ranged spell attack.
I'm not very good at this.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, is there a modifier?
Whatever your spell attack modifier is going to be, and I have your sheet right here.
I think is it wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I'm good at wisdom.
So your modifier is going to be a +3 to your attack.
Okay, that's still a 5. I suck.
So are you hurling this at Zombie Dad or Zombie Stevie?
Whatever zombies. I guess Zombie Stevie, because she tried to attack Stevie.
And what was your total?
5.
This ball of steaming water just hits the wall right behind. And you watch as the wall kind of melts a little. And we go to Elia.
So all this has just happened right before I start, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run up to where both of the zombies are, and I'm going to cast Thunderclap.
All right. What does this look like when you cast it?
Well, obviously I clap. I reach my arms out and kind of gather strength. My fingers kind of, I guess, emitting small amounts of lightning, and I clap, and a boom is heard. And it will electrocute the monsters or the zombies next to me.
It actually does thunder damage. So what that actually is it's like a combination of like air and sound. So it actually like shakes them at their core, but you have to see if you hit them first. And so they're going to make a Constitution save. And Zombie Stevie gets -4 to this roll. And they don't have any bonuses. So Zombie Stevie's going to get an 11. What is your save?
Save how?
On your spell sheets, it'll say the DC. DC is 11, so that tie goes to the attacker. So you are going to get to do damage against Zombie Stevie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they are the only one you're going to be able to hit with this spell, but you definitely will hit them. So you can roll your D8.
It's a D6.
D6.
5.
All right. You hit, just lost my pencil. Of course I did. You hit Zombie Stevie, and you watch as like this wave of air just like ripples their flesh and their teeth chatter. Moon, it is your turn.
Are there any zombies near me?
No, they're on the other side of the room. So unless you move up to them, they're a good 20 feet away from you.
Do I have... Oh no, is Poison stuck in the other room or do I have her?
No, she definitely would have come to you at this point.
I want to help out, but I don't know how, so I'm kind of like very stuck right now.
So you also have produce flame, just like Luna does. So you could do that. You also did bring with you several daggers, I believe. So you could attack. Sorry, I just was looking at the wrong page for a second there. I'm sorry. No, I was entirely wrong. You have Eldritch Blast, which from here means you would roll to attack with your +3 to the attack, and then potentially do 10 damage to the whatever creature you target with it.
I think I'm going to use that.
Cool. Roll your attack. Who are you targeting? Zombie Stevie or Zombie Dad?
Zombie father.
All right.
So do I just roll my d20?
Yep, and then you'll add 3 to it.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
You crit, so you're going to get to roll 2 d10s for damage on this as this ball of energy flies towards Zombie Dad.
I take the higher roll, right?
Yeah. No, you take both of those rolls total.
Oh. 11.
11 damage. That is pretty intense. So, what color is this ball of energy that you've just thrown at Zombie Dad?
Purple.
So you throw this ball of crackling purple energy at him, and his actual like undead body seizes, and his arms and legs just kind of both shock out, and then they kind of reset, and he kind of begins to move and kind of groan again. Stevie, it's your turn, and Zombie Stevie is right directly in front of you, wearing this locket that you don't recognize. Roll me a fear save, as you literally have come face to face with your fear.
19.
As much as you are terrified of the fact that this zombie version of yourself is in front of you, you do not give in to it. What are you going to do?
The only thing getting me through this right now is hoping that the key is in that locket. So I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on Zombie Stevie.
Nice. So you cast Toll the Dead. Roll your, is that an attack or a save?
It's a save.
Wonderful. So Zombie Stevie will have -4 to this save. What kind of save is it?
Wisdom?
Doesn't matter, because they're going to roll a 4. That's minus the 4. So -2, so that's a 2. You're definitely going to hit for your damage. Let me check. Go ahead and roll your damage. 1. All right. Let me just double check something. Oh dear. Technology is not liking me right now. And what kind of damage is this?
Necrotic?
So what does it look like as you cast Toll the Dead?
I've practiced this spell a lot of times, and usually I change up what I say for it every time because I can't decide, but I found a lot of my sort of power in song lyrics. So the first thing that comes to my mind in the moment, I say, call my name and save me from myself, from Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. And as I do this, I take the stylus from my tablet and shake it like a bell. And then there's just this like deep, dark purple light that's really similar to my guild color. and it just kind of, yeah.
Wonderful. As you do this, you watch the zombie kind of try to like shake that sound out of its head, and its body decays just a little faster right in front of you, and that locket continues to kind of dangle in front of you.
Can I grab it?
You've already taken an action this turn, but you could try to grab it next turn, or somebody else could try to grab it now. Remembering though that this is your task. Zombie Dad's turn. He is standing right next to Zamora, who cast this horrible spell at him. So he is going to reach out and try and smack you around a little. And oh wow, I'm rolling really horribly tonight. That is going to be an 8 to hit. Zamora, does an 8 hit?
No.
Do you wield a shield?
Yes, I do.
So you've got your hammer in one hand, your shield in the other hand. He comes up behind and tries to just like right on you, and you just get that shield up and you're reinforcing it with the hammer, trying to push him back. He's still trying to gnaw at you, but totally not getting through. Luke, it is your turn. You're watching this zombie melee erupt in front of you. What are you doing?
When we came into the room, I was kind of standing by the doorway because I was still trying to, I guess, kind of recover from my task. So this entire time, I was like watching this kind of happen in front of me, kind of without really realizing. But then as I sort of start to come back into my senses, I see a zombie father figure, and I get so angry that I grab my great axe and I take a swing at him as hard as I can.
Are you giving into the anger and releasing your rage, or are you just attacking?
I think I might be releasing my rage at this point.
So you rage, you're going to get all the bonuses from that, and you roll this attack with those bonuses.
That's a crit to hit.
Against Zombie Dad, you can roll double damage. You do only add your bonus once.
Wait, would double damage mean do I roll my d12 twice?
Roll your d12 twice and then add the bonus once, yeah.
Okay. Um, 15.
You come. What does it look like when you let your rage loose?
I kind of envision it as my hat's probably falling off at this point, first of all. But I'm gripping this axe with all my might, and I wouldn't even need to see the target in front of me. It just feels like instinct going after my target and kind of letting loose this kind of primal anger and desire to get where I'm going.
Is there a verbal component to that? Do you roar, growl, or does it just go completely like still and silent? What does that element of it look like?
Kind of like a hunter hunting its prey. So I would say go like completely quiet as I'm.
That's scary. That's really scary. The idea of a barbarian raging in silence is terrifying for me, and I absolutely love it. So your hands just tightly grip this axe. You walk right up to this zombie, and you just take his head clear off with this crit. And his body falls down on one side of the desk, and the head rolls across the desk and lands on the other side. And we're going to take our bio break there, and we'll come back with Iris's turn. And one less zombie. All right. Whenever tech's ready. All right, we come back in the midst of this brutal zombie battle with zombie dad dead on the floor, head severed from his body. We turn to Iris, the bottom of our first round of combat. Iris, you've watched this body fall. There's one more body standing. It is the zombified version of Stevie. What do you do?
I'm just gonna like run at her and like try to like punch her, like knock her over. I don't even know.
Iris, definitely as given what you are training in, you would very likely, let me fill you in just a little, have brought some sort of weapon with you, but you obviously don't have it with you. You can look around the room and see if there's anything you want. You can also definitely just run up and punch it. If you're going to run up and punch it, you're going to give me a strength check to attack with a solid punch. That's going to be a roll your d20 and add, given your stats, a +0.
Can I like borrow someone's weapon?
You definitely, from where you're standing, you can see that Moon has several daggers like on her body. You could run up and steal one off of her if you wanted to.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
So you went right past Moon, grabbing this dagger off of her, and go to stab this zombie. Roll me that strength check again, or that attack, which will be +0 for strength, unless you want the -1. But you don't want the -1.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got 7.
That was a 7. So you roll right up, and I think as you try to steal this dagger off of her, it snags a little, and you were planning on like doing just a really smooth swipe, and you just go really, really wide, and the zombie kind of lurching, focused on Stevie, turns and just goes at you. And we go back to Zamora.
While the zombie is kind of busy with Iris, I go from like, since it's looking at Iris, I go from the other side, like behind it, and I try to like cut its neck with my rapier.
Because you have a rapier and your hammer. So are you going to drop the hammer on the ground? Are you going to like?
Oh wait, I forgot I have my hammer. Never mind. I'll hit it with my hammer. I drop my my shield and use both hands on my maul.
Nice. You've got this massive hammer. And those are usually stored in a back. So you pull it way out and you grip it like a baseball bat and you go swinging at this zombie. Roll your attack.
$19.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have to do my plus 20, 22.
That's definitely going to hit. Roll your damage.
7.
Against zombie Stevie. You get it good in the side, and you hear the sound of its ribs as it crunch from this impact. And if it was a living creature, that would have been an epically damaging attack. But as it's undead, it just sounded like it hurt. And it continues to moan and focus entirely on Stevie. It has a zeroed in desire to attack her. And it is going to do just that. -4. Oh dear. Stevie, that is going to be an 8 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
So again, this zombie is trying to grab at you, and you're just too fast, and it's too dead, and you dodge right out of the way of it. Luna, you're watching all of this from kind of further back into the room. What are you going to do?
I can try my flame again.
Go for it.
Okay, so I try to use like little remaining water that's still in the room, which probably isn't a lot, but I try.
Elias still got plenty of it soaked into his
I'm
socks right now.
stealing from Elia to make some fire. Okay, wait, what are the zombies doing again? I'm sorry.
There's only one left, and it's Zombie
Okay.
Stevie, and it's still trying to bite real Stevie.
Freaking zombie Stevie. Okay, I'm going to try to roast her. Zombie
for it.
Stevie. Okay, I roll. Please roll better. Oh, 17.
That will definitely hit. Roll your damage.
Yay, finally. 3.
3 damage. All right. Which this steaming ball of water hits the zombie, and you watch as its flesh just starts to catch fire from the heat in that steam, and it's still standing. Definitely its undead body looks even worse than it was when it started. Elia, it is your turn.
I'm already near the zombie, so I'm just gonna quickly unsheath one of my daggers, and I'm gonna try to went out of focus. I'm gonna try to chop at its feet to maybe like immobilize it.
Go for it. Roll me your attack.
5 for the hit, guys.
That's for your attack.
Oh,
20 for the attack first.
Sorry. 19.
That will definitely hit. And you said you got a 5 for the damage dice.
Sorry.
You can't.
Damage.
Damage is a D4 plus for you, Isaiah. It's going to be plus 4.
2 plus 4, so 6.
6. You swipe at this zombie's Achilles tendon, and it goes down. You sever it. It can't stand, and let me find my stats. What was your total damage again?
6.
It falls down, and you think for a second it's dead. But without an ability to stand, it just kind of pushes itself up in a push-up and continues to growl and reach towards Stevie. Moon, it is your turn.
Which zombies are left?
Just zombie Stevie, and it is now down, prone, on the ground.
Okay. Do you think Moon could attack her? Like to keep, not Moon, Poison, to like keep her down?
What was that again?
Do you think like Poison can help her like stay down? Because yeah, she's on the ground right now, but what if she like... So
the way Poison helps you is she gives you the ability to cast your magic, so that's how she would help you. She doesn't really have like any attacks of her own.
Okay. Could probably throw my knives. I actually don't know what to do in this situation. I'm sorry.
So looking at, you have, you could move to a different angle and be able to get that Eldritch Blast attack again if you wanted to, like you did last time. You also have your dagger. You could squeeze in there, and attack it if you wanted to. It's very tight with all the people over there, but we could squeeze you in if you wanted to get right up there with it. Or you could throw your dagger too.
I think I'm going to throw my dagger.
Okay. So that ranged attack, because the creature is on the ground, is going to have a disadvantage. Just sharing that with you.
Okay.
crit again. All right. That was with disadvantage, which would require you to crit twice.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Sorry. Roll your second die.
13.
That will still hit though. So roll your damage. It's a D4 plus. And where'd you go? Oh, I'm looking right at your sheet right now. It's a D4 plus 3 on that.
7.
All right. Yeah, so you toss this dagger. It lands directly like in the zombie's skull. It falls down. And again, you think it's dead, but it growls and groans and pulls itself up and continues to try to claw at Stevie. Stevie, it is your turn.
I'm just going to cast Toll the Dead again. I don't feel confident enough with my weapons.
The necklace is still dangling around her neck.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to try and grab at that.
That will be a strength check, but you get advantage on it because she's prone.
$13.
1 second. You are going to make that check. So you reach down, and where's my notes? I want to make sure I get this description right. You reach down, you wrap your hands around the back of it because she's lying on the front of it, and you yank, and it just comes slipping right around her neck. And as you remove the necklace, the body of zombie Stevie in front of you and zombie dad on the other side of the room fall completely lifeless. And then they begin to melt into this black ooze, no longer having any formal substance. Anybody who wants to can roll a nature check on this ooze.
I will. I want to know. Oh gosh. What's nature? 17.
Luna, you recognize this ooze quite instantly as something that you saw the morning after the Battle of the Cabins, where you for sure knew at the time a wolf had died in that spot. And this is the same exact oozy black substance that you saw in that spot where the wolf had died. And Moon, obviously with your 18, you also recognize this as the same thing.
What the heck? So magical creature ooze or something.
Stevie, you now hold the locket and open it, and inside it there is a key. And as you hold this key in your hand, you hear over the loudspeakers, "Congratulations. You have completed your tasks. The door will now open, but you will have one more choice to make." Are you all going to open the door?
Fine, yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
get this over
We
with.
went through all of this. We're going to open the door.
Yeah.
One by one, you place your keys into the door at the end of the hallway, each one clicking into position and opening its own lock, each lock different. As the final key turns, the door opens into another room. This one is about 10 feet by 10 feet square, with a door opening on the right and the left sides, and they are currently closed with no visible handles. A TV on the wall opposite you turns on as you enter into the room. On the screen stands a hooded figure in a tight close-up shot, only his clean-shaven chin visible, a hood shadowing the rest of his face. "You think you are heroes? Then let us see how heroic you are. In this room, there are 2 doors. One," and as he says this, the door on the right opens by sliding up, like in one of those science fiction movies, "leads to me, where you can face me and try to stop me once and for all. The other, as he says this, the door on the left slides open upward, just like the right, leads to the basement, Hannah, and an exit. The doors will close once I believe everyone has made their choices. Know this, that you can free Hannah and save yourselves right now, but I win this game, for I will complete what I have come here to do. You can challenge me and face the greatest danger you have seen in your young lives, guaranteeing no one their lives, but risking them to stop the darkness I came here to release. Your lives or the greater good. You cannot do both. Make your choice, heroes.
What about Pierre?
What about Pierre?
TV shuts off before there's any reaction. What do you do?
We gotta fight him. I'm sorry.
We can't
need to
leave
finish
without
the root
Pierre.
of this
What about
problem.
Hannah, though?
I'm
Well,
tired. I just want to get Hannah and get out of here. That's what we came here to do anyway. I want to leave.
But
Then I
he's
would
gonna cause
understand.
more problems. We need to stop the root of this issue.
I walk up to the TV and I kind of yell at it. I'm like, hey, idiot, if you're so cool, why don't you show yourself to us, huh? Loser.
As you do this, the TV changes to a red LED countdown. It starts with 100, the 1 ticks off, and 59 appears, and then 58. And the speaker says, I tire of you. Make your choice.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know about you
56.
guys, but I'm gonna go fight this guy.
Me
feel-
too.
We have to fight him. Now it's Hannah. Next it'll be Reaper and Charles and everyone else.
55.
Exactly. Or someone we don't know. We
And
need
I'm
to
not
fix the
leaving
root of this
without
issue.
Pierre.
53.
I definitely agree because I know that everyone is going to make me, even though I really don't want to.
If we-
49.
We'll get Hannah.
One of us has got to go get her.
I can go get Hannah and the rest of you can go.
You have 30 seconds left to make your decision. Who's going where?
I'm gonna fight the dark
I'm
person.
gonna fight him.
I'm
We're
fighting.
fighting him.
Yeah.
So everybody but Iris is taking the door to the hooded figure. Iris is going to Hannah. As you split the group, and the last person moves through the door to the right, you hear both doors shut and lock themselves. Iris, we'll come back to you and what you experience. We're going to stick with our larger group. You all step, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. You're not stepping downstairs, you're stepping upstairs. You step through the door and onto a staircase that spirals upwards into an attic room. This room is just a little taller at its highest point than Luke, and the walls are the peaks of the roof, coming to a point that runs along the center of the room. Several windows are cut out of the sides and the ends of the room, one behind where you currently stand at one end and one at the other far end. Between the other window, you see 3 things. Closest to you, about 5 feet away, is the room's greatest source of light. It is a circle of candles that is 15 feet in diameter in the center of the room with about 10 feet from each side to the wall. So it's 15 in the center, and then there's 10 feet from the outside of the circle to the wall. The candles in this circle stand in some sort of dark substance that holds them up. Lined along the wall on either side of the circle are several bodies, each staring straight up at the ceiling. Some whimper, some cry, others occasionally scream. Whenever any of them do, the darkness in the room grows a little darker. This darkness weighs upon the room, and to even the least magical among you, it feels like there is a cold, sickening air about the space that weighs heavily upon you, both physically and mentally, like a slow, determined, and constant pulling of your very essence. Make a fear save, everyone. Drop your totals in chat, please, and I can narrate as I see them. Stevie, having just faced your darkest fear, you are not affected by this. It rattles your bones and raises the hair on your arms, but it does not affect you. Moon 2, having overcome your fear, grit your teeth as you feel this fear in the room and do not react. Luna, this fear washes over you and you cannot fight it. You're going to lose a willpower point and you are going to be terrified at how dark and evil this room feels. Zamora and Alaya together look at each other, and just the presence of an ally comforts you, and you know you've got this. There's no fear, not in this moment. And Luke, this is too much. The magic in the room is so overwhelming that you lose your willpower point, and the fear rocks you again.
Are the walls moving again? I can't tell.
There are no walls moving. I'll remind you, you did get 2 willpower points from Stevie's success that if you have not maxed out, you can gain. As all of you feel this weight of fear in the room, you continue to look deeper. On the other side of the circle, about 25 feet away from you, is an altar carved of obsidian. The candlelight playing dark reflections on it, and it moves about as if the altar itself moves. On it rests an old book, its pages aged and bound in red leather. A dozen candles of various burning heights rest in the corners of the altar, providing light for it. 2 robed figures stand before you, one directly behind the altar and one standing next to it. They wear matching dark robes with hoods pulled up. These robes are similar to those commonly found on Christian monks, but there's some sort of dark etching on them that is hard to make out, as it is black on black, and the shadowy room makes it hard to see. The figure standing next to the altar pulls out a small baton, snaps it into a full-length club, and makes to approach you. The one behind the altar holds out its hand and says, "Halt, you are too hasty." This figure then comes around to the side opposite the altar, so you have one on each side, and holds out their hands in a non-threatening gesture. You are bold, but you are fools. You are bold fools, but fools nonetheless. I serve the darkness. You cannot begin to fathom the power I possess or the purity of our devotion.
You were so big on us cheating. Why is there 2 of you?
Because that is how many my master sent.
You told us we had to fight you. One of you sits out.
He laughs at this. Says, there are no rules at this point.
You said...
As you struggle for words, he says, "Let me show you the power of the darkness." He steps into the center of the circle and unsheathes his dagger, solid black and wavy, and he snaps his other fingers, and the hooded robed figure steps forward and holds out his own wrist. The figure with the dagger makes a long cut across the other figure's wrist, and then makes one across his own wrist, and he begins to speak, and he says, "Karaka, karaka, karaka." And he begins to chant in this language that some of you may recognize. Stevie, make a intelligence check. Anyone else who wants to can.
$15.
Stevie, you recognize this as you watch the blood pool, and you recognize this language the same way that one who doesn't speak modern, or who speaks modern English, would recognize Shakespeare's language. It sounds familiar, but different. More ancient than the language you heard your dad use in his office. which is a language you have learned is older and different from the same language you and Rad use to cast your own magic. The recognition of this is terrifying, as it ages and darkens the intention of this magic beyond anything your father would ever do. You can roll another fear check.
$21.
While terrified of it, you definitely use this fear to set yourself, knowing you are going to have to fight something darker than you have ever thought of. There are now pools of blood collecting at the feet of both of these men, these people. You don't know what they are exactly yet. From each of the pools of blood, a skeletal hand reaches out, and he continues to chant, this time growing in speed and intensity. The hands then reach down onto the ground, and a second hand comes out, and they pull out full animated skeletons, pieces of flesh still hanging on. They climb out of these pools and pull out swords, longer versions of the black blade the chanter currently still holds. They reach back and produce shields of solid black metal. This image, combined with the chanting and the very palpable fear within the room that continues to grow, racks all of the rest of you. In your attempt to try to fight this terror continues. Roll another fear save.
All of us?
Stevie, you've already rolled a save recently enough. You're not going to have to roll it now. You're still strong enough from the last one. Luna, this is further trying your understanding of reality, and you lose another willpower point as the fear continues to creep up into you. Moon, you crit. If you have any willpower to gain at this point, you are going to gain them. As you look at this and you feel Poison's comforting presence, and the two of you strengthen, knowing that you are going to get through this. Okay, that's Moon. Zamora, with your 19, you are not afraid of this. You know that your own personal will get you through this. Elia, you've got a critical fail there, but I do believe you have inspiration. If you want to use it now, you can. Because with the critical fail, I have to double check my rolls on that. I don't actually remember what happens with that.
I think I'm good. I won't use it.
All right. Well, then I have to go back and double check. Give me 1 second. I'm just scrolling up. That's not it. That's what happens when you put the notes in one place and the story in another, is you have to scroll forever. Okay. So with a critical fail, you're going to have a significant challenge here. This was designed for not this moment. So we're going to go ahead and just say you have disadvantage on your next roll, whatever that roll is. And you definitely, like, this is the scariest thing you've seen, and you just about drowned. It's racking you. Okay. We are having some technical difficulties. I just saw that. I've been checking notes and narrating. So, Luke, let's see. Luke also critical failed. I'm just checking, making sure. Oh no, I don't want that at all. Tech, are we good to keep narrating at least, or do you want to hold? We've just temporarily lost someone. Okay, cool. Tech's saying keep going. We will keep going. And I think, does that cover everybody's So everybody saves at this point, correct?
What happened with my fail?
Yeah, you're going to lose your willpower point. Is you continue to not being able to overcome this fear, and it's terrifying. This is the darkest, evilest thing you've ever experienced. The chanter stops their chanting, and again, all you can see is from his lips down, and they curl into a smile, and he says, "Do you stand against the darkness? Join us, and you shall grow in power and serve a greater cause."
If you're so powerful, then why don't you show us who you really are, huh? Why are you hiding behind a stupid mask thing?
And why are you setting up a haunted house for a bunch of 15-year-olds?
This was no haunted house. This was a source of power. As he says this, you feel the fear and darkness in the room pulsate like a heartbeat. My master needs power for the spells I cast. It wasn't for you, but anyone who happened to traipse in. It just seems to be extra delicious that I caught a handful of heroes. Anybody who wants to can make a perception check right now. Okay, I'm going to wait as the rest of these rolls come rolling in. Alaya, you are not going to recognize anything as this darkness kind of pulsates. And Moon, you look at this, he says this around the room at your friends. And you also look at the bodies that are laying around that are not dead. Some of them, again, continuing to moan and groan and occasionally scream. And you feel like you might actually recognize some of them. Luna and Luna, you definitely, looking about this space, recognize a few of these people that are lying down as some of the members of Incline South, the group that you have come to find. And Stevie and Zamora recognize all of them, but you don't see Pierre. So again, Luna recognizes a few of the members of the group as members of that group that you're searching for. And then again, Zamora and Stevie recognize all of them, but don't see Pierre.
This isn't all of them. There was more. Where are the rest of them?
Oh, you were talking about the little one. He says, we've been preparing him. And he gestures behind the altar.
What are you going to do? Eat him?
What? What?
No, we need his fear to power the spell.
All right, buddy. Are we going to fight or what?
At this, he smiles and says, this conversation is tiresome. And if you're not going to join us, then you shall provide more fuel for my master. As he says this, one of the bodies along the side of the room screams out in terror again, and the shadows swell, nearly enveloping the room in darkness. He continues to say, it shall not take me much longer to gather the fear that I need. You all have provided much power for it. He turns his back to you, begins to walk toward the altar, and says, dispose of them. And with that, the other robed figure and the skeletons move towards you. Now, you can roll initiative.
Wait, can we see what the people on the ground are like screaming at, or are they just like screaming?
No, they're staring straight up, eyes wide open. You can't see anything specifically that they're screaming at.
Then before I roll initiative, I'm casting minor illusion over at least some of them to like kind of cover their eyes so they can't see anything scary.
We can play that out really quick before we go into this. You do this to try to help them. In fact, I'd say you do it to one of the ones nearest you. The student who was leading this group, was dressed as Gandalf, Gandalf the White. And you cast. What do you cast? What does this illusion look like?
I'm thinking literally just like some kind of like blanket or sheet just covering them. Nothing super intricate, just literally blocking their eyes.
So you cast this, and as the caster of the spell, you can choose to see through it. So you cast this kind of blanket over his eyes, and it definitely does appear to cover them. And his eyes continue to stare straight forward, and he continues to whimper in fear, as if he is not actually seeing anything, but that his eyes are open and he is seeing things in his head.
Cool.
And now we will, sorry, give me 1 second. All right, so quickly adding everyone to this. No Iris. All right. So we are looking at Stevie with a 9 for initiative. Wonderful. I figured out how to work my magic high-tech initiative, so we're working and trucking here. Luna with a 2. Poor Luna. Sorry, scrolling up now. Moon with the 19. There you go. Very good job, Moon. Zamora with the 18. Sorry, this is all like housekeeping now. Very boring. I apologize. Alaya 14, not too bad. And Luke 18, much better roll this time, Luke. And we will begin. Moon, as he steps away from you, the 2 skeletons and the other one in the cloak move towards you, and you instantly react. You know this is going to turn violent. What do you do?
Can I cast a fireball thingy? I forgot what it's
Sure.
called.
Eldritch Blast. Yeah, go for it. Who are you going to cast it against?
The one that's like intense. The one that's like closest to me.
Yes. We'll say that they're all kind of equidistant, but we'll put one of the skeletons on the end. He is the one that is technically closest to you. So go ahead, roll that Eldritch Blast.
14.
You said 14?
Mm-hmm.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
I forgot which one I roll for damage.
It's a D12. It's the biggest possible damage spell. That's not a spell slot spell. 5. So he's going to take that damage mightily. And he takes it. He's got his sword ready, shield ready, and he's moving towards you. And he kind of opens up just enough that you hit him right in the chest with that purple bolt of energy. And you hurts him good. Next on our list is going to be the dark leader who's turned his back to you, and he begins to continue to walk to the backside of the altar. He does nothing to any of you, paying no mind to you, knowing his minions will handle you. And as he does this, ignoring what's going on, we go to Zamora.
As his back is turned to us, I cast Sacred Flame at him.
Wonderful. Make sure I've got the right stats for him. That is a wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
It's a 17 to save.
17.
Mm-hmm. Would be against your spell save, Zamora, which is getting to it. 12. So yeah, he's going to save against that. You call forth this fire from your eyes. When you cast Sacred Flame, what color do your eyes glow?
A pure white.
It glows as pure white, and it's as if a ball of fire, a radiant light appears above him and just falls on him, and it washes over him like water. And he turns just kind of over his shoulder, giving you the slightest look, and continues to what he was about to do. Luke, it is your turn.
I've seen Pierre, and my first instinct is to go rush and get him. Can I do that?
So to get to Pierre, you are going to have to run all the way past at least one, if you go on the outside, of these three people that are standing in front of you, either one of the skeletons or the other hooded figure with the asp, the baton. If you don't stop to fight them, they will get what we call an opportunity attack against you, which means they get a free attack as you run by them. There's no way to squeeze past them and not get that right now.
Is it an automatic hit?
No, they still have to roll the attack. But they get the attack itself for free.
Okay.
You do still have one. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
You do still have one range also.
Oh, I get more than one?
You get 2.
Okay. So I'm going to run on the side of the skeleton, and I'm going to stop to attack before I keep going.
Perfect. This is the skeleton, same skeleton that Moon attacked. So go ahead and run up and make that attack.
Can I use my rage as well?
Oh, yeah. So you, again, go still and silent, hand tightening upon your weapon, and walk right up to this skeleton and try to hit him. Roll your attack.
16 to hit.
That will hit. He goes to raise his shield, and as he does, you kind of feint and flip your axe and hit him from the other side. But roll your damage.
Okay, that is a 17 damage.
17 damage. Ouch. Yeah, you hit him with this axe, and it just shatters his spine, and all of the bones fall apart at the ground. And as they hit the ground, they begin to slowly turn into that black ooze that you saw downstairs. And he now is very dead. And as the bones hit the ground and rattle, you watch the leader of this group turn and look at you, and then finish turning around and kind of twist his neck like he's getting ready to join the fight. It is now the other hooded figure's turn. With his weapon in hand, he walks over to Luke and attempts to strike him. Oh man, I am rolling very poorly. With his bonus, that's going to be a 6 to hit.
Not going to hit.
So you see this coming, and how to react? Do you block it with your axe? Do you duck under it? Or do you just take it?
Out of the corner of my eye, I see him coming, and I raise my axe above me to block.
And you hit him, and now you're locked in there. He's got his baton on your axe, and you're locked in this fight. It is now Alaya's turn. One skeleton left. 2 hooded figures. Alaya?
Oh, sorry. I'm also going to kind of try to do the same thing that Luke did. Try to get to Pierre, because I remember him saying that his fear was the source of the power. So with that skeleton knocked down, I'm going to take this chance to dart past Luke and try to make a run to save Pierre.
Strategically, actually, because of where the hooded figure moves to get to Luke, you could easily get past all of them now because he opened up kind of a window in that line.
Yeah.
You can get all the way up to where the leader is. He's now standing his back to Pierre. Pierre is lying on the ground, and he's got a black hood over his head. His hands are bound behind his back, and he is lying on the ground, whimpering.
Okay. I'm going to cut him loose. Take out one of my daggers, and I'm going to cut him loose from what he's bound, assuming it's like rope and not like rope.
Yeah, he's bound with rope. Roll me an attack on the ropes with your dagger. It's not going to take much.
An attack. 8.
It's rope, so you're close, but not quite there. It is rope, but you manage to loosen the ropes enough that if Pierre wanted to, you feel like he could get out right now. It is now the remaining skeleton's turn, and having watched his companion fall, is going to press the attack on Luke. He raises his short sword and rolls 11 total for the attack.
Not gonna hit.
Even though he has the advantage, you've already got the axe up and you see that sword coming and you kind of pull the other guy to block with you. And they've got both of them locked in this double parry. Ferg's training coming in very handy right now. Stevie, it's your turn. Luke is locked in combat with 2 enemies. And at this point, everyone else except for Alaya is kind of in the back of the room with you right now.
Have either of the 2 enemies that Luke is fighting taken any damage yet?
You've not seen either of them take any damage.
I'm going for the skeleton then. I'm casting Toll the Dead.
All right.
It's the only attack spell I know.
That is a save or an attack.
That is a wisdom save.
Wonderful. While he's a skeleton, he's not very wise. That is a 10 to save.
I don't know what counts as saving. It just says you have to succeed on a wisdom save.
Yeah. So for your character, if you look up on this character sheet we use, it says the DC. That's 13. So if he does not save, roll your damage. And that's going to be a D8 right now because he has not taken damage yet. 3. Wonderful. So this kind of purple glow comes from your stylus, and he takes this damage, and he too kind of shakes his head. This is common of people who you've cast this on kind of in practice, because they're hearing this powerful bell in their ear, and he's trying to shake it free, even though the skeleton doesn't have an ear. At this point, we go to Luna.
Finally, to an initiative. I know I keep casting Produce Flame, but I like it and it's ranged and I'm scared and I don't want to go up close. So I'm gonna try to cast that again. Is Alaya still? Alaya, I need your water.
Alaya's on the other side of the room, but there are candles lit in this room.
Oh.
Use that flame kind of, because fire is a natural element.
That's true, yes.
To produce your own flame. So
it's a little harder though, because I prefer water.
Yes. So you reach out and kind of, not preferring fire as the element, but knowing you can, you summon some of that fire from the flame into your hand and you throw it at who?
One of the hooded figures. Wait, I rolled 10. Does that hit?
It's going to depend on which hooded figure you're trying to hit.
I can't remember.
Either the one that's locked with Luke or the one that's at the other end of the room.
I'm gonna go to the one at the other end of the room because I don't want to accidentally hit Luke.
For that, that is going to be this guy right here. And that is not going to hit. It actually hits, and you watch as the flame is kind of absorbed in to his robe and become not light but shadow.
What? Okay.
And that takes us to the top of the order, which is a perfect place to stop for this evening, which is a little early, but hanging in the middle of the order. Oh, wait, know what? No, I've got a better place to stop. Moon, take your turn. I've got a slightly better place to stop. Moon, it is your turn. You've watched all of this happen. You've watched the cloak of the leader absorb fire into shadow, and it is your turn. Skeleton 2 is still alive, having taken damage, and Luke is still locked in with the other hooded figure.
Well, could I try the Eldritch Blast? Because it's not fire, right? And the other.
No, it's not. You could try it against him. Also, no one has tried to attack the other. The other member of the cult.
Well, I'll attack him then, since.
Yeah. Roll that attack.
17.
Oh, yeah, that's going to hit.
One for damage.
All right. So you hit, and it hits good. This solid bolt of energy hits him in the shoulder, and his cloak does not absorb this energy, but you just kind of hit him in the shoulder with a part of the energy, and it doesn't do what you were hoping it would do. As you all stand there, it is now the leader's turn. And he holds out his hand and points at the other hooded member. And he says, "We have failed." And you watch as this hooded figure looks at you, looks at the leader again, confused. And the leader says, "Flee." And as he does this, the leader throws his arms out, looks up into the air, and a cloud of shadow wraps him and then flies out of his mouth and then out the windows. The other one looks at that and looks at you, clearly not knowing what to do. And his body seizes and falls over. You hear a very solid sound on the other side of the nearest window and scurrying like a cat. And that's where we end. Let me get our ending, which is just a little further down here. Having experienced this darkness and this truly terrifying and unique moment, you all stand bewildered as the skeleton in the room, standing straight, begins to melt into black goo. The body that was this other cult member begins to rustle. And all of the friends that you came searching for begin to move also. You hear outside the sound of tires screeching and the definitive voices of Henita, Reaper, and several other members of your school coming to save you. This is the end of our stream and the end of our Halloween episode. Tune in next week where we see the ramifications and figure out if they can decide exactly what just happened in front of them this evening. We will come back and see you all next week.